Do you ever find yourself walking into shops like, I don't know, HMV or FOP or just your average DVD store? There's always that one film that's sort of like, just bundled in with the rest of them. Just kind of just thrown in there, and it's like dirt cheap, but no one cares about it. Movies like Christmas Shoes, for example. It came out, it has Rob Lowe on it. Okay. And then occasionally, you'll come across a franchise. It's basically like if a movie that no one asked for just kept going. Like, let's say for example, the Fist of Fury movies. We started off on a good one, the first one's a classic. But they kept making more, which no one asked for. Now the reason I bring this up is because the franchise that we're talking about today is one that you've probably never heard of. Either that, or you're going to get it confused with another one. The Bloodfist movies. No, I'm not referring to the Bloodsport movies, but I can see how you can get confused. These movies, however, star Don the Dragon Wilson. Never heard of him? Neither have I, to be completely honest with you. I don't know who the hell he is at all. I just know him from these movies. And I'll tell you this is probably the cheapest quadrilogy you will ever find, because you know when I found it? In Poundland. £1 for each movie. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but today we're going to look at Bloodfist 1. Let's see how we get on with this one. What the fuck did I just watch? I mean, what the fucking hell? That was really bad. Like, really, really bad. Like, I mean, okay, fair enough, when I looked at this, when I bought all the Bloodfist movies, I knew they would be bad, I knew that they would be kind of, just a generic 80s or early 90s action fare with nothing to it, That's fair enough. I expected that. I expected them to be bad. I just didn't expect it to be this bad. Like I said, I haven't seen the other 3 movies yet, so I don't know what the deal is, but why the fuck did this movie get 3 sequels? It's just... Oh, right, okay. First off, I think the first thing I really should discuss about this movie is just the characters. Because they are non-existent. I could tell you jack shit about any of the characters in this movie. The only character I can tell you about is just this one guy who's completely fucking insane, and that's all I know about him. He's insane. I don't know why he's insane, I don't know his backstory, I don't know anything about him. I can't even remember his fucking name! I can't remember any of the characters' names. I don't know the name of the woman, I don't know the name of the insane guy, I don't know the name of half of the fucking fighters in the movie, I can't remember the name of the bearded dude at the beginning. The only character names I can remember are Kwong, because his name is repeated constantly throughout the fucking movie, because I guess they thought, oh, we'll make it oriental. And the only reason I even know the name of the main character is because it says it on the back of the box. His name is Jake, for all those of you who are wondering. The characters are a waste. Fucking useless. And the main woman, she has big tits, we don't even fucking see them. And it's an 18 rated movie, and she plays a stripper, for fuck's sake. Okay, moving on. The story. Now I use the term story lightly, because there is practically nothing of a fucking story to be found in this movie. Basically, the main character, Jake, is out for revenge to find the man who killed his brother. It's like, fair dues, whatever. I didn't expect much of a plot. But the way this movie is paced is horrendous. It's it jumps all over the place and leaves no space for any kind of character development, any kind of story development, so that we can figure out what the fuck's going on. Any characters that could possibly lead somewhere are either killed off or we just never hear from them again. And it's just a fucking waste. I think the best way I can explain to you how poor this story is developed is by the first 10 minutes of the movie. At the beginning of the movie, our character says that he donated a kidney to his brother, so therefore fighting would be suicide. That's never brought up again. There's no impact of it whatsoever. Whenever he's fighting, he seems to get out of it perfectly fucking fine. The only time that he has any kind of breakdown while fighting is because some guy drugged a fucking piece of fruit that he gave him. So the kidney thing could have been cut out altogether. It was a waste of fucking time. The other point I'd like to make is when Jake meets the insane guy, yes, that's what I'm going to call him, he immediately goes on with him, and in about 5 minutes, he's best friends with him. And then in another 5 minutes, he falls in love with his sister, who we know nothing about except that she's a stripper and she's flexible. And she has big boobies. That's it! But I'm going to tell you the one thing that actually genuinely disappointed me about this movie. The one thing that I was expecting to be at least somewhat entertaining, and it came out being the biggest load of shit. The fight scenes. Now this is a big thing with me, because I've seen so many movies where, you know, fight choreography can be done to such amazing standards, and it can be done on very low budgets, you know? I mean, you get movies like Iron Monkey, or fucking Drunken Master, you know? They were all choreographed to perfection, and granted, yes, they were done by Yun Wu Ping, who's one of the best, but that doesn't fucking mean that you can't, you know, get the best out of the crew that you have. Because what we had was clearly not a lack of ability. For Christ's sake, Don the Dragon Wilson is the worldwide kickboxing champion, and he doesn't do shit. And not to mention, none of the other fighters in this fucking movie had any fucking clue what they were doing either. The fighters clearly knew how to fight, they just weren't directed properly. The fights were sloppy. Slow-mo was used way too much, and also the fucking sound effects were so bad. There would be points where you would think, oh fuck, you know, you hear a crackling sound and nothing fucking happens. It's as if the guy just put it in there thinking, oh, it'll make it sound more brutal. Like, there's a bit where a guy like is stomping on Jake's chest and it gets crackling noises, so you think, oh fuck, his ribcage is screwed over. Nope, none of that comes into any kind of effect whatsoever. But you know what? I've ranted on too much. I want to try and keep these reviews short, because I didn't think there'd be much to say about these movies, but apparently I was wrong. So, that's number 1 done. So, tune in next time for Bloodfist number 2. Then we got 2 more after that. Catch you later.